Hi Alma, Oceana here with G3 Agency with your free website audit for Atlas Pavers in Concord, California. In this free SEO website audit provided by G3 Agency, I'm going to show you 3 to 4 things that you can do to get Atlas Pavers in front of the people searching for paver services in the greater San Francisco area. Like I said to Jocelyn on the phone, I don't expect anything in return for this video. I really am trying to positively impact as many locally owned and family owned type of businesses as I can this year. So please feel free to take this information and do what you will with it. You can take it to your website guys or implement these things yourself. And of course, if I do this stuff professionally, you can think of this as my business card with a bit of oomph. And basically, if you are interested in going further with this stuff with me, we can set up a time to talk about that and see if a possible partnership makes sense. So let's jump right in. So the first thing that I always look for when I'm auditing any website is a big click to call phone number at the top, and you've got not only 1 but 3 click to call numbers right at the top, and it is sticky, so it's there the whole time I go down the page. Well done. Little applause for you, because that is fantastic. So the next thing is your content. How many words are on the page? Are they relevant to what you do? And how are the images saved? So when it comes to the amount of words you have on your page, this is more than most, honestly already more than most, but it's under the amount that I would really suggest. We suggest to our clients that they have at least 3,000 words on their homepage and 1,500 or more on their other pages. The reason for this is Google loves content. It thinks that if you have lots of words on your site about what you do, how you do it, you must be the expert and therefore most relevant to its searchers, which is its whole ordeal, whole thing, right? So, and then finally your images. So if I click on an image and click Save Image As, which is not appearing as an option here, so let's try it on this page here, Save Image As. There we go. I can see this image was saved as A321 blah blah blah. I'm not going to read the whole thing. So that's not helpful. What you want to do is actually re-upload all these images, but you want to save them first as specific phrases that people are typing into Google when they're looking for your services and they're in your service area. And I'm going to show you exactly how to find those phrases people are using, as well as show you some that you might be interested in using yourself. But first, I'm going to introduce you to Ahrefs. This is my tool that I use to get an in-depth look into how a website is performing. So you can see here your UR score is 26. That's basically how trustworthy does Google think that your this one page, so in this case it's your home page, is, and then how your DR score is that same thing. How trustworthy does Google think you are, but for your entire website as a whole rather than just that one page. And these are quite imbalanced, which tells me that of these backlinks and referring domains here, you've got more pointing to your home page than is reasonable compared to your other pages. So you want to build up that trust score on all of the other pages, otherwise it causes this imbalance, and basically Google's going to think that you're kind of trying to pull a fast one on it or something, where you have lots of power going to one page and trying to build that page up, but then the rest of your website's kind of like just there. So what you want to do is make sure that your website's nicely well-rounded, and how you do that is with backlinks and referring domains, as well as making sure there's good content and you're saving your images properly. So I'm going to explain backlinks and referring domains just in case you don't know. So a backlink is any link that goes from any other website on the internet and comes back to your website. And then a referring domain is whatever websites have those links on them. So you've got out there in the universe 51 websites pointing to your website a total of 295 times. And then organic keywords. This is an interesting one. So an organic keyword, according to this tool, how they define it, is any word or phrase that someone could type into Google and have you show up on the first 100 results, which is the first 10 pages of Google. Now, being on the second page of Google or the 11th or further down the list of results, is basically the same as not existing at all, because hardly anyone, and I mean hardly anybody, goes past the first page of Google before either giving up completely or finding the result that they want. So you really want to be in that top 10 results, or basically on the first page of Google. That's why you could be showing up for 447 keywords, but only be getting 115 traffic to your site each month from these. Now that's not including if somebody clicks on a link to your site on some other site, or if they type in your site on, directly into the what do you call this, URL bar up here, and don't search for your name. But this is just going to be coming from Google itself specifically. And so let's see, some keywords you might be interested in showing up for. So I typed in, it was actually a bit of a challenge to find some keywords for you, I will be completely honest. But, I love a challenge, so I went for it. So we've got Bay Area, Berkeley, Concord, Fairfield, Napa, Pleasanton, all these. And then I also have another one over here where I just got Sacramento, San Jose, San Mateo, Santa Rosa. I love rolling my R's. I'm silly. Okay, anyways. I found a few that I liked on this one. The other one kind of got complicated quickly. And you're welcome to take a look at that. There wasn't a whole lot that I found there. But this one showed a little bit more promise when I included Sacramento and San Jose. So, okay, there are 4 things that go into a good keyword. Something that you do, someplace that you do it, low keyword difficulty, and high volume. So let's go through those. Something that you do, pavers. Somewhere that you do it, Sacramento. Assuming you would travel to Sacramento, of course. And then keyword difficulty, or KD, that's what KD stands for, is basically on a scale of 0 to 100, how difficult does this tool, Ahrefs, think it would be to get to the first page of Google. With a score like 5 out of 100, you would think probably that this is going to just happen overnight. It's going to be super quick and easy. Well, you're right that it's going to be a lot easier than, say a higher score here. Even the 6 would take a little bit longer. I'm not seeing a lot of the higher scores, but, it goes up to 100. So now, none of it's going to happen overnight. Even this 0 here, or this 1, it's just not going to happen just like that. It's going to take a while, because what you're doing with search engine optimization, which is what all of this is you're building trust with Google, and Google takes a while to trust. So you kind of have to keep working at it, and then eventually you'll end up at the top, because Google will go, okay, these guys are legit. Look at all this content. Look at all these images saved really well, and look at all these people talking about them. Backlinks. And so that's going to help build that trust. So let's find and then finally, volume. So this is how many people on average each month, and that's monthly, pardon me, are searching for this exact phrase into Google. So System Pavers Sacramento, that is obviously a competitor of yours. I'm sure you're familiar with them. They're a national brand, so it would be probably a good idea to save some of your images actually as System Pavers Sacramento to get in front of your competition's potential customers as well, if you wanted to be a little bit sneaky and underhanded like that. Pavers Sacramento, this would be a good one because, this would be a good one because it's got something that you do, somewhere that you do it, low KD, and high volume. I chose to focus on this one right here, Pavers, San Jose, California, because I wasn't sure if you go to Sacramento or not, and it's still got 60 people searching for it each month, so I thought it was a pretty good one, and it's got only a KD of 1, so that's really good too. Okay, so when a person types in Pavers, San Jose, California, like these, 60 people do each month, this is what we get. So first there's an ad. Most people just skip right past it, so that's what we'll do. And then we have the map pack. That's what this area right here is. And that's the top 3 local results for this given keyword. And basically how you get up into here is by making sure that your Google My Business listing is accurate, and that specifically your name, address, and phone number is spelled just the way that you like it, because then you're going to take that same information spelled exactly the same way and plaster it all over different directories like Yelp, Yext, City Star, White Pages, Yellow Pages, etc. And that's going to help you to show up in this area right here. And none of that is as exciting as being right here in what's called the #1 organic result on Google. Statistically, this will get about 30% of all of the traffic that comes to this page. And I don't know what 30% of 60 is, but that's, it's going to be, I know it's going to be less than, 30, that's 50%. I'm not very good at mental math, but still, this one's going to get the most visits. So let's look at their website and think, what is it that they're doing right that we should be doing to get to where they are? And then what are they not doing right? What could we do better than them that we could actually surpass them and sit in that #1 spot ourselves? So first of all, the amount of content they have on their page, it's not very impressive actually. They don't have that many words on their page. Let's see if they're taking advantage of their images like we would know to do. In stock Cowstone Pavers 2. Not really. That's definitely not a phrase that people are typing into Google in order to find their services in the service area that they provide them in. And if we throw them into this tool right here, Ahrefs, we can see that they have no backlinks or referring domains pointing to this page. Now this is a back page of theirs. It's not their home page. So we're not up against southbaymaterials.com. We're up against southbaymaterials.com/landscape pavers. And so this is the only one we really have to pay attention to. We don't have to beat this DR score of 22, although that would be a really good way to get ahead of them. But this UR score is the one that's very important, as well as the backlinks and recurring domains. This shows me that they're not going to be that difficult to beat out, basically. This is very promising, look, because compared to you, honestly, they've hardly got anything. The trouble is this DR score. Your overall score is so low that they don't have to work very hard to surpass you. So that's something that you're going to want to work on, balancing out all of those different pages and making sure that your whole site is set up in a way that makes you seem legitimate and relevant to Google. Okay, so that is the end of my presentation. Here's my information. If you'd like to get a hold of me, I would really love some feedback on whether this was helpful and whether I was clear. And if you have any questions, of course, I'm happy to answer them. And like I said at the beginning of the video, if you're interested in pursuing something with me and my team, we'd be happy to sit down with you and chat about our business goals, your business goals, and just see if a partnership even makes sense. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to your feedback.